Well, hi, it's Gretchen. Here I am. I'm doing another live right now to work on this challenge, but also, one of the things I find with challenges is that unless it is for me, and unless it's something that there's a project that I want to do or that something I have a goal for, just doing the challenge for the challenge sake doesn't always help me learn anything or help me get somewhere. So for this one, I have decided to, gosh, um, what I've decided to do is um, work in Lightroom. And what I'm doing in that, why is this? I'm also fiddling around with Ecamm because I keep having things that just uh, show up when I think I have everything already, and then I don't. I find out how not I am. Okay, back to this. Back to live mode. Okay. The goal is to not only get more comfortable going live, which I don't really have a problem with. Sometimes what I have a problem with is putting together a live just for a live's sake. I really do. So I decided not to do that. I decided I would do this, get through a project I wanted to do, much like when I did my 30-30-30 challenge. And that worked. But this is a little more short term. In a week and a half, I have to deliver a piece to a gallery in Oregon. That piece is ready. Then come back a few days later for the gallery opening. What I don't have particularly ready for that gallery opening is a real grasp on the pieces that I will be bringing to an art fair that's in August in that same area. The gallery is having a preview show of artists who are in this art fair in August. So June will be the show at the gallery, August will be the fair. It takes a lot to get pieces ready and new work and things that are cohesive for a show. And that's kind of what I want to do. In between there, I also have a show in July, and I think I have another one. Yes, I have two in July. One of them is a local fair that's pretty easy. I can do local stuff. And the one later on in July is specifically in a town where the movie Stand By Me was filmed. And so they have Stand By Me Day, and it's a big deal. And I am doing a pop-up gallery there. Yeah, so that has to have specific pieces ready. So you would think that I would focus in on those specific folders or collections that I have of those to do that. Yes, I do. I have some of them ready to do that. But I also need to do some inspiration work and to do some things where I go back and look at the story that was with some of the photos, where I was, and see what I left behind, see what I was thinking when I edited. And since two of the shows are going to be in Oregon, I'm revisiting some that are in Oregon. But those are all things going through my head. But what's sticking out in my brain right now that I really want to do the most is go through the photos that I took with this one lens. And it's a lens that I had that I sold years ago. And I've always kicked myself about selling it. And I wonder why I kicked myself about selling it. So I'm going back and looking at the things and seeing what it was that I had and seeing if there is anything, what it is about them, what I like about that type of thing. The particular lens is the Canon EF400 DO IS. A diffractive optics. It's got a green band around it. It was a fixed lens. I just loved it. The version 2 is out, came out later. And I have honestly sometimes thought about whether or not I would go back and see if I could find the Mark II in that lens and get it now because of the changes in the improvements that were made. But what is it about the DO that I like? I don't know. I'm looking, answering. It's a great lens. You can find all kinds of things about it on YouTube. It was just personal preference. Personal preference is what I really think it is. So that's what I'm going through. And tell me if you're watching this or if you see this on afterwards. Is there something out there that you had a piece of equipment, or whether it's something out there that you used in your creativity, in your creative endeavors, that you sold or got rid of or exchanged for something else and thought you were going to step up? And how do you feel about that now? Is there something there that you wish you had back? And how do you process that? I mean, yeah, it's what it is, what it is. You know, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. But still, sometimes there's those things. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? So here I am. I'm going to head over to Lightroom. I went through the first 326, 27. What I'm doing is I'm using Scott Kelby's Slim method to sort and catalog my photos. What you do in that is you don't do any editing really first, although some of these have been pre-edited from years ago. They're by no means is this a fresh batch of photos, but I'm going back with a new eye. And you just pick. That's the first run through. You just hit a pick, and then you take all the picks and you drop them into a folder that says picks. And then you go through the picks and you go to selects, and you at that time you've gone from picks, which was a flag, to the selects, which you give 5 stars to, just right out the bat. No ifs, ands, or buts about, oh, maybe it's a 3 or maybe it's a 4. No, maybe what makes it no, it's just a 5 or it's not. That's something that you're willing to look at and edit. Once you get the selects, I have found for me, I go back to that, and at that point, it's the selects that you generally tend to edit as your final ones. I have found that when I do that, I'll even hone down further. It's good, but this is it's the only way I can keep from going absolutely crazy and getting completely distracted, because in this file alone for the DO lens, the full shoot, there's 1,108 photos, and I'm at 327. Hello. I've got a ways to go. All right, let's chop into there we go. Here we go. Lightroom, here we are. Okay, here I am. And down. There we go. So I have my thumbnail pretty big. Where am I? Okay. See, some of these are just copy after copy. I bet you these right here, if I go to this, yeah. Yeah, see copy one, copy, okay, next one, copy two. Yeah, these are all, although that one there, hang on, 54. All right. That one has a little better cloud definition in the back, so I'm going to do big on that one. All right, here we go. Sea stacks on a hazy evening. 2016, I believe, when I was down there, we had a fair amount of haze from wildfires. Pretty sure that that's why I had those brilliant orange sunsets. There's not a lot of difference on. Okay. A lot of these are abstract. Oh, I like the shape on that one, but it's not in focus enough. Dang it. Here we go. Ooh, I remember this. Reflections. Where were we on this one? 29, 2016. Huh. I must have flipped it on that one. Okay. Lots of ocean. Okay, I'm getting hints. If you look in the background there in the lower left-hand corner, there is some, looks like Eastern Washington pinnacles. Maybe. Oh, yes, this is Peregrine Lake, I think. Yeah. This is Peregrine Lake. This is where we went camping after services for my dad. It was so cold at night. We were tent camping and well, this is in Eastern Washington, off of Highway 20 up over by Winthrop, and it was cold. Why is that one flipped? Hang on. Photo, rotate. Can I rotate? Rotate left. There we go. All right. Oh, path narrows. See that one? See, that one's got my watermark on it. Boy, I wonder where that came from. That one must have been one that I bet I have that on. Wonder where. I just got to figure out where that is. Where the original is on that one. Because I kind of like that. But I don't need the watermark on it, that's for sure. This was, where was this? Oh, I know this one. This was Buck Lake. That's right. This was at that same trip up past Peregrine. You went past Peregrine Lake and you went up, and there it was crazy because there was a okay, at the time my husband had a used Porsche Cayenne and we were camping. All right, and tent camping. And this Buck Lake is off of Highway 20, and you go up past Peregrine, you go past there, up there, and then you turn off on a Forest Service road, and you go up past a campground that has like nothing to it. It's one of those first come, first serve forest campgrounds because they have no amenities, like no pit toilets, and that's it. And then we went past there, and I was following Forest Service roads on the map and wanted him to turn and go across this one that would take us up over a ridge and bring us back down in a way. And I grew up going on these Forest Service roads, going in a Jeep or on a pickup. And we come about half a mile down this one road that we've turned off. It's just one kind of dirt pit. You know, my husband's not into off-roading where like I am. And we come to a bridge and it said 1 lane bridge ahead. Caution, 1 lane bridge, rough road ahead. We backed out. He turned around, went around, and we came down and found this cattails on the side on this lake. And that's why I remember that one. That I like. And I like this was one of the things about this DO lens. Look at the bokeh in the back. It's just fun. I really like that. Maybe not so great for landscape. Okay. Middle of the day. And is this evening? This must be evening. Autumn. Yeah. Yeah, we'd had hazy fall. Middle of the day, late afternoon. Oh, there's another one I like. See, what do you like better? Do you like the black and white? Or do you like the color? See, the color's cool in some ways, but the black and white, I like the way the DO does the bokeh on it. But it's not, truth be known, not that big a deal about bokeh. I cannot often tell the difference between whether it is a circular kind of orb in the back or the hexagon kind. I don't care. Slap her upside the head. She said she doesn't care that much about bokeh, the shape of the bokeh. I just care whether or not the subject in front, or that I want to be the subject, gets to be highlighted. And in this way, with the color, in my opinion, it doesn't work as well as it does with black and white. Let me know what you think in the comments. And what's that one called? I can't remember what that one's called. Nope. I have it someplace. Don't I have it? I didn't put a title on it. Good. Okay. That's another one that I like. It's also, what's kind of cool is to take these, look at the difference in the way the reflection sits. So these two, let's go here. This one and this one. Okay, let's do this. Is it this one? And this one and this one. Let's compare them. See, this is what I wouldn't do normally when I'm just picking. But when I compare, none of them have a lot of breathing room above the floating log. So I have to accept that there's no breathing room on that. That's not the thing that I'm looking for. What happens more is, how does the reflection work for everything? The third one down here, I like the light on the end of the log, but I can always add some light in. I'm not real fond of the reflection here. My favorite reflection, I think, okay, so this one is no, because I don't like the reflection underneath. And let's see, let me do something here. There. Thank you. Yay. Okay. Oh, I know what I can do here too also. There. Oh, why did it do that? I thought I could get rid of that one. I guess I can't. I'm not using this one. Why can't I just do that too? Come on, do that. Oh, there. There, we'll do that. Yay. Oh, that makes it kind of difficult for you guys to see it. I just took a look in my window and it doesn't show that you see the whole thing. There we go. There we go. And you guys on vertical, I'm sorry, but it's just doing what it's doing. Okay. Now it comes down to the reflection underneath. And when it comes to it, I like the cleaner reflection of the first one. This second one has a little extra reflection and it's popped it up. So I think I like this first one best. Yep, that's it. And then this is the one that's the pick. Okay. So now I'll go back to regular. Oh, see, I did it again. Look at this. This is crazy. Here's another one that has my watermark on it, but has that reflection in the front. Huh. Okay, why did I have my watermark on it? Oh, well. 2016, we were all about watermarks. And I'm photographing floating logs. Oh my gosh. That was, I remember using that one in the background of a poster, which I could, still has room. Oh, there's the one, see? And it's got my watermark on it again. Because that's in the back of a poster that I have, I think. Yeah, there it is. Laughter is timeless. Imagination has no age. Dreams are forever. And somehow, a picture of my daughter just after my grandchild was born. 20 got snuck in there. But yeah, this is one I made into a poster with a quote by Tinkerbell. Okay. Pull that one out. Wildlife. A duck. I like that because the duck has just water dripping on its nose. This is going to be cool too because it'll be interesting to re-edit these with updated software enhancements. Hold it. From, okay, with Lightroom software enhancements that are better. Okay, not that one, this one. Okay, now see how overexposed it is. Let's see if I can just do something. Why don't we just try this? Quick develop. Where? Uppity auto. Give it an auto. Yeah, see, it's too. They're pretty blown out. Yeah. Yeah, that's really blown out. That's all overexposed. Yeah. No. What? Duck. Looks like a cormorant neck. Okay, what was this? Oh, there was mist. This was in the morning. Sunrise. And it was just a little bit of breeze. And it was cold. And the sun was coming through, and there was this foggy mist rising. And there were river otters out there. And I didn't get them. No sky to speak of. See, this was 10 years ago. Gosh, didn't even think about cloudy skies and stuff like that. Who's this? Oh, that's that crazy squirrel, I think. Yes, crazy squirrel that was running all over the place in our campground. And a duck that was in our campground. Oops. Undo that. Yep. Yeah, running squirrel. Oh. Over. No. See, all this stuff. We tried to get him to be on this. I think I must put, I don't know. That was right next to our campground. So, oh, there he is. Again, blown out sky and behind. Maybe he could be a squirrel meme. Squirrel, like I am now. Hey. Oh, what did you do? There you are. Fun. Definitely not a squirrel that was used to or very comfortable around people. Who is that? Squirrel. Okay, none of these are keepable. Okay, let's just take a look here so we can get through things and I'll stop being distracted. Because these are, whoa. What was I doing? Taking pictures of a bird. Those are all down to there, no good. And what is this? Huh. I wonder, did I do that? Oh, I did that in black and white. That's what that was. I like that one. This was, gosh, where was that? Found a spike in a log someplace. Another log. A long exposure of something. Oh, I like that too. These were 7, 12, 17. Oh, this is up. This is up on a river that is, ooh, cool. I like that. That's kind of a cool painterly. That would be fun to, I'm going to give that a blue thing because I want to do a watercolor on it. There's this paper that I got that you can print it on and makes it kind of a watercolory look. And, but that's the normal exposure. Yeah. See? And this is like close to noon. Why am I going out? And there's one done in sepia. Birds on the beach. Always, always, always. Yeah, see, these are a lot of my abstract pieces that I have. Like this one is spun gold. That one I've used as cards. Oop. Look what I did to the title on that. Untitled, blah, 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 enhanced NR DNG Canon Pro 1000 500 for Canson Infinity Monteval Aquarelle 310 Perpetual. See, I put all my I think I did not know very well how to use my new I had a Canon Pro 1000. I do have one. And I just gotten it. I just don't think I knew quite yet how to do a saved print on it so that I didn't have to put everything in it. I was so concerned about not being able to reprint the same way. But enhanced NR, did I have, because I have had Topaz Labs since 2012. And I wondered, maybe I did something there. Huh. This is Yellowstone. Trumpeter Swan in Yellowstone in October. Crazy. I love, yeah. Get so excited seeing wildlife that I wouldn't really, I think, so I would have been on my, would have had the 400 DO and it would have been on the 5D Mark III. Oops, hang on. Let's check out what camera. Let's see if, oh, that doesn't, wrong direction. 5D Mark. Was this the 5D Mark III or the 5D Mark IV? Let's see. Good grief. 560 millimeter. Oh, I'm on the 400 DO and I have a 1.4 teleconverter on, and I am trying to see what it says. It's not telling me. Come on, show me the whole thing. Oh, 5D Mark III. Yep. So that's the camera that I actually have when I first come on as now used. I use as my one of my webcams. I've had it for an age and a half. Okay. Down to that. Don't need that anymore. Hey, I'm not. Why do you want to go? Oops. I don't need you to expand again. Okay. There we go. See, none of these are really, ooh, kind of great. No, I don't think that that I have the focus tight enough, and the other bird that is with it is not. Hey. A couple of blank photos. Oh, it's a little. What's that? Do not know. Blown out? What is this? Oh, bison. Over crossing the boardwalk where we were walking. Yeah. Okay, why is it going back down? Try this. There we go. Where am I? Back down here. I should be down here. Here we go. Okay, so that's all the steam coming out. That's what that is. And these are the bison on these are some of the hot springs. And in the winter, the bison tend to hang out there, kind of like that one. It's really difficult to get a picture of a bison looking at you. They tend to like to eat. It's okay. This is one, I think, done with topaz. I think I worked on that one with topaz. I like the color in that one. Lots of wildlife that's not so great. Straighten the. This is the Firehole River. Yeah. At Yellowstone. Has these really cool reeds and grasses that grow underneath. And because the river is warm, it's fed by some hot springs, and so there are parts of it that are really warm. Bison way out in the field. And see, that was the thing I was doing with these. I was trying to get better. I mean, I was starting to do wildlife just early on. Okay, 2017, I had been to Alaska and photographed the Alaska brown bears in Katmai. I was completely hooked. But the very first bear I ever photographed was in Yellowstone, and that was back in 2014, I think. Yeah. And then I went to Alaska and I got completely hooked. And then I took this lens because when I was in Alaska, I had the Tamron 150 to 600, and I had the Canon 6D as my camera. And I did all right with that. Here, I wasn't paying it. I don't know. Sometimes, I don't know. I was just taking pictures. Oops. There we go. See, I over edited. So this one needs to be re-edited. This is at Mammoth Hot Springs? No, this is not. This is back. What is the name of that? This place. And oh, it's a back loop around on a back road. What's that one called? I can't remember. Yeah, the bison. In the snow. This was the morning. Woke up and it had snowed 6 inches overnight. Kind of out of nowhere. What about that? That's an interesting idea. They're laying down. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of the bison. I was very excited. I wasn't very good at sitting and waiting. I didn't understand really about sitting and waiting for wildlife. Because when I went to Alaska, I didn't have to sit and wait for the brown bears. They were like there, like tons of them when I was walking in the river. At one point, there were 15 of them around me. And they just were eating fish and laying in the sun. Bison don't do that. Bison just eat. Stick their head in the snow and eat. And I wasn't going to get it. Yeah. Seriously, sounds crazy that I was willing to get closer to a Alaska brown bear than it was to the bison. But okay. Let's see. Oh, this is Firehole River again. Oh no, this is this is there's a waterfall comes from a hot spring up from Grants Prismatic down into this kind of a pond that is a steam pond, and then it waterfalls down into the Firehole River, and that's what this was. Yeah. And there again, my silly old watermark. Why is it still there? Okay. There's the original without the watermark. Okay. That I like. Crazy. Collision course. Stop. Why are you doing that? Yeah. These could be fun to play around with. There we go. So you see all that. Oh, it's just such cool rocks. If you ever get a chance to go to Yellowstone, go. But don't go in the summer. Just don't. Everybody goes in the summer, and it's just... This was October. And yes, we were camping again. We had a trailer this time. And good thing, because some days it'd be 50 degrees, and then it's snow 5 minutes later. Yeah. And this is in October. So this is in right there where it's coming down by the waterfall. So the fish will come in and it's great fly fishing, although they've closed the area right now to fly fishing because they've had some bear issues. But that's kind of good. Okay, now this makes sense as to why this lens may have been one of my favorite. I took it to Yellowstone, and I was there in winter in October. This was not the winter trip; it was the fall trip, and it was a great trip. And hey, you too there, and the coyote running through the bushes, listening for little voles underneath. They're so cool. So obviously I must have edited some of these because they're popping around. Ah, there's one of my guys. Yeah. He's looking at me. Coyotes are cool. Not quite, well, cool in a different way than, oh, there you go, buddy. There we go. Then wolves. See, one of the things I think I need to do is I'd love to go back and look at these and re-edit them with a little more space to see. Okay, let me go to the develop channel part here and just see what happens if I go back to word crop and see how much I cropped it down. I wonder what it would look like if I took that crop way back to here. Do I want him there? Or do I want him here? I think I want him there. I want him coming into the scene. So do that. Yeah, see? That's a much more dynamic photo. Definitely better. You learn a few things over the years. Gone from too close to give them enough to tell the story. See, this is the thing. If I cropped in so much, you don't get the story of what he's doing. You don't get any sense of the vastness of the area. You know, I mean, hello. Yeah. So that's one of the things I think I need to do is to go back on some of these. Oh, I'm not there. I'm going the wrong spot. All right, you guys, I have not made it through this whole thing. Where am I? 767. Okay. I will. Oh, what's this one? This one? What was this one? Oh, there. Yeah, see, I like him running there. I just think that they need to have some more space. That one's a cool. I like that too. Oop, almost got him hopping. The way they tilt their heads to listen. Not quite like the fox do. The fox are really fun to watch when they do that. if you go to Yellowstone in the winter or fall, or and you go and maybe go on a tour with Yellowstone Forever, which I highly recommend, and you can get a 3-dog day. That's pretty spectacular. When I was there in 2020 in February, I had 3 of the 3 days we were out, 2 of them were 3-dog days, which meant I saw coyote, fox, and wolves. And that's pretty special. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of coyote. I was excited. This is the first. Oh, yay. See, but I over sharpened that. That's too crunchy. That's a TIFF file, so I probably can't go back on that one. That one is one I took into Topaz. I got them way too crunchy. Early Topaz. Well, that was back in 2017. There was a lot of the HDR kind of, well, it's a different HDR than it was. Things were crunchier back then. Editing. All right, where am I? Let's get to the end of the coyotes. Can we come back to the coyotes? Where are you guys? Oh, he goes on and on. I must have been just excited. How many, you want to make a guess at how many coyote photos I had? All right, there we go. Is that a coyote? No. Here, coyotes are here. 837. Who's got a guess? $742. So, whoa, hey, what are you doing? From 742 to 837. So we had just under 100 photos of the silly coyote. And of that, maybe one of them is any good. These are the birds. Fun. Yes. So beautiful. So cold. It was very cold. Oh, look at that. Yeah, and see that sky, that's unchanged. That's a storm coming in. That is a very, oh man. That's cool. Again, the story is different now that I look back at it and how to tell the story. Oh, goodness. Time to go back to Yellowstone. We're May. Everything's open now. Most of them are. I'm going to wait. I think I just heard about a winter photography thing in Yellowstone in December. I'm thinking about, oh, look at this steam. Okay. Let's check out where we are. We're in overblown land, and we are at a geyser greeting, huh? This is geyser greeting. Oh, this is the Geyser Valley. Uh-huh. All right. We'll stop there for tonight. 867. Let me write that number down. 867. All right. I still have a ways to go. And that's the way it is. I'm going to check out on this, and one more day. Tomorrow I'll do another 2 for this, and then I'll be caught up on this. Won't be behind. At least I'll have something that I'm caught up on. So anyway, thanks for hanging out. It's just what I'm doing. If you are doing your own thing at the same time, great. Let me know. And any comments, I didn't see any comments popping up today, and that's fine. I will see you next time. And until then, don't forget to look up and look down. Look behind you, look in front, look all around you. Because you know what? The beauty is hidden in plain sight. And sometimes it's just right there. We just have to notice it. And I will talk to you later. Let's see. Just backing up Lightroom. Catch you tomorrow.